Hi everyone, it's Faithful again. It's been longer than I usually put up my podcast, and quite frankly, it's been very rough for me the last 3 weeks at work. It's been unusually busy, and so I didn't have any time for anything else. And I felt that it would be best for me to do it well than just doing something without taking my time to think through and do the best. So I thought to wait. So today I'm just doing what we call a temperature check, just to reflect and kind of look back at things, even for me, because this podcast is really real in a sense that I want to be honest about everything I say, everything I am doing, with the intent to help not just others, but myself in the process. This week was very rough. Well, last week, this is a new week, and the last week before, and the week even before that, so 3 weeks in a row, it's been intensely and very unusually busy. And I actually found myself getting so stressed, and I had to even go back to my podcast, the very second episode and third episode, to refresh on how I need to take care of myself through the stress and how to distress. And it got really bad that I really had to cry out for help a couple of days ago at work because I felt like I was getting burnt out. So I thought about it and I said to myself, Faithful, you were saying you had to ask for help because this was getting too much. Does that make me weak? That's a question I thought through actually today for a while. And I said, I keep getting the words from people saying, well, everybody's doing it at work. It gets busy like this and everyone is doing it. So I felt, am I just weak? That's why I'm complaining, or I had to ask for help when I felt like it was getting too much. Then I thought to myself, no, it's not. It's actually a sign of strength, being able to know and recognize when you're stressed, like I said in the first main episode that I did. So I want to ask you, do you feel like you're going through something, or at work it's getting so busy, or something in your life is so stressful and you just going through the motions and trying to deal with it? I am not saying to create a big fuss and cause trouble because of that at work or wherever that is. I think it's important to recognize when you're stressed and do what you need to do by, taking those deep breaths, by talking to someone about it and things like that. But when it gets to a point where it's going to be detrimental to your health, to say something and try to ask for help. You see, especially those that I've noticed through my years of practice that African Americans or Black people, we tend to compartmentalize and also to kind of put up this front that we're strong. And I notice a lot of patients will come to me, even especially men. They want to be the strong person. And so even with going to see the doctor, they do not want to do that because they feel, it's a sign of weakness. I feel like if people realize that I care about myself that much, or I show that I need help, or I ask for help, I'll be showing that I'm weak. But no, it's not. It's a sign of strength. And I think being honest with yourself about where you are in every aspect of your life, when it comes to your health, whether it comes to your finances, whether it comes to just daily things that are important to you, you need to be able to honestly sit down and analyze and check. The temperature check is important. When I say temperature check, is seeing in your life what is it that you need at that specific time and dealing with that thing. So I think it applies to every aspect of our lives, not just our health. So again, I think importantly reflect on where you are. And I had to go check my blood pressure yesterday because I felt like I was waking up every day with a headache. And I did check my blood pressure and it was unusually high. And I've never had high blood pressure. So do I have high blood pressure or was it just the stress? It's a big question. So I checked it again today and it was normal. But I'm going to check it again tomorrow and every day during the week. So the next thing I will talk about, because I initially was going to get two smart people to talk to us about or answer questions about what we do when we already have a family history of something in our health, especially related to our heart. And say you have a history of in your family of a heart attack. What are your risk factors with other things? Say you have high blood pressure and you have diabetes or pre-diabetes or you have issues with the weight. Where are you in terms of your risk factor and what can you do to kind of bring that down? But I thought maybe it's better to do it after we talk about other risk factors like high blood pressure, like things like diabetes, like kidney disease, like obesity or overweight, like other things, and then see how we can, at the end, I'll bring those two people to come and give us that like big picture and tell us how we can get that down in terms of our risk factors so that we can live better and decrease that risk for heart disease. So we'll do that. Next week, we'll talk about high blood pressure. Actually, I'm going to do that in a couple of days. This is just a temperature check. Talk about blood pressure and how we can work towards bringing our blood pressure down and how it can affect us in a lot of aspects in our health. Blood pressure is a huge, huge thing. And stay tuned and get ready for the next episode. Much love.